Cari amici, buongiorno a tutti e siamo qui pronti per una nuova live dove oggi faremo Call of Cthulhu, sperando che si veda. Vediamo, vediamo. Si vede. A proposito, me sono scordato di fare una cosa. Ok, carica partita. Allora, capitolo 6, Villa degli Hawkins. Pierce si è risvegliato in un manicomio, ricavato nel seminterrato del Riverside Institute. Le ha incontrato la dottoressa Colden, un'amica di Bradley, che lo ha poi aiutato a fuggire, mentre vagava per i corridoi di quel luogo dove il dottor Fuller, o Fuller, non lo so, regna supremo. Pierce ha potuto parlare con un uomo chiamato Francis Sanders. Prima di morire, sotto gli occhi dell'investigatore, egli ha accusato Sarah Hawkins di essere la causa di tutti i suoi tormenti. Come accennato, Pierce è infine riuscito a fuggire, accompagnato da Bradley e la dottoressa Colden. I compagni di sventure decidono di usare la villa degli Hawkins come nascondiglio.
Who goes there? That nightmare again. I need a drink.
Allora, siamo in pieno giorno, quindi vediamo quali sono gli obiettivi. Ah, eccolo il poliziotto. Allora non è... Allora non è... Non è...
Great, Mr. Pierce. How do
Mo...
you feel?
Salve.
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's
Posso
fine.
parlare con lei? No. Posso parlare con lei? No. Vabbè, parliamo col collega, va.
You guys
Collega.
are fugitive. Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
Allora... allora, parla con Bradley. Medicina. Si può usare? No.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
It seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
Uh,
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
lei è la dottoressa Colden.
I heard you talking earlier.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
Allora, è stato
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
Quindi si stanno scoprendo.
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes. I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
Ok. Allora, potrei aver trovato una
I
pista.
met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
Sanders started screaming and convulsing.
Convulsing? That doesn't fit with his history.
And his body got all crooked.
What in God's name? And you were alone with him?
He accused Sarah Hawkins of being the culprit.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
Meglio affrontare la verità.
He's right. We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance. Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Allora, aspetta, qual era
Let us
il...
go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island. Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
No.
The other night's events are still confused in my head. The other night's events are still confused in my head.
Oh, non mi ricordo i tasti. Oh. Allora, no. 4 pp. Lo facciamo. Dottore, come chiuso universale, istituto nel seminterrato dove sottopone i pazienti a esperimenti illegali. Non so che cosa mi abbia fatto, ma so che non è normale, che riesca già a reggermi in piedi dopo essere precipitato in quel modo quando sotto la fila degli occhi sono crollati. Quest'uomo è pericoloso, sono certo che sappia molte più cose di questa faccenda di quanto sia disposto a dire. Ma la vedova di Sanders non è questa. Scusi.
Let us go now and learn
No.
the truth about what's happening on this island.
Ok. Allora, residenza dei Sanders. Pierce, Colden e Bradley hanno deciso di unire le forze per risolvere il caso di Sarah Hawkins. Hanno una nuova pista da seguire, quella di Francis Sanders, collezionista d'arte amico della pittrice, che è morto proprio sotto gli occhi di Pierce. L'investigatore decide di recarsi dalla vedova del collezionista per parlare dell'errante, che il suo sventurato marito ha menzionato prima di morire.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may.
Bella
Before we
storia.
go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here. You know each other.
Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
Forse quella è la tipa dell'inizio gioco.
May I inquire as to
Mamma mia.
when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack?
Allora,
What happened?
è morto gridando davanti ai miei occhi. Non ero... Allora, vabbè, diciamole la
He
verità.
started raving, screaming that a dimensional shambler had found him.
Mercy, that story again. Why have him interned?
That was when he began to convulse and twist with pain. Or terror, it's hard to tell.
I beg your pardon?
I'm not really sure of what I saw, or what I didn't see. But it's best that you weren't there.
I should have been there. What you're telling me is outrageous. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
Condivide il suo dolore, ma non c'entra nulla. Il vero colpevole è Fuller. Sì.
So ask Fuller, he's the eminent doctor. But I would caution you, you'll find his treatments more terrifying than the illnesses he sets out to cure.
That churl no longer takes the trouble to receive me. He sends his secretary to tell me that I cannot see Francis. Me. His own widow. He must think that I am a terrible wife for having abandoned him in such a way. But I only wanted what was best for him.
I'm not here to condemn you, Mrs. Sanders.
Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Come fa a conoscere? Infatti l'avevo riconosciuta. Risposta sbloccata.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Aspetta, fammi vedere se... Ok, consultata qui. Allora, l'errante è un dipinto. Rene Sanders non sa se odiare di più Sarah Hawkins o la sua opera. Resta il fatto che accusa lei di aver fatto uscire di sé il suo marito. Pare che si sia strappato gli occhi mentre il flusso del dipinto. Devo assolutamente vederlo. La chiave della carriera sarà probabilmente nell'ufficio. È chiaro che ritiene che Sarah Hawkins sia responsabile della morte di suo marito, eppure non comprendo come mai Rene Sanders provi questa commistione di tristezza e insensibilità. come se avesse già perso la speranza nei confronti del marito ben prima che morisse in modo truculento nel seminterrato del Riverside Institute. Mm,
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
allora,
The House of Artists. Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
mm,
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
quindi questa Sarah Hawkins ci sta
He
più.
finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom? He didn't want Sanders to have the painting. She must have felt devastated. She despises Sarah Hawkins, but it's the painting she truly hates. Why? The Shambler. I need to see it.
Ok, let's go.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Cilindro.
I could use one of those.
Prima di andare...
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
Allora, caro Francis, ti prego di lasciare ogni speranza di entrare in possesso di questo dipinto maledetto. Maledetto. Se la nostra amicizia ha ancora valore per te, non farmi sentire in colpa per la mia scelta. Non posso essere l'artefice della tua rovina. Ti prego, caro amico, dimenticati dell'errante, la tua amica Sarah Hawkins. Mhm.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
Questo volume si incentra sulla comunità del reverendo Whitewood, sua moglie esterna, le sue preoccupazioni riguardo ai sogni bizzarri che i fedeli del reverendo hanno da quando sono giunti sull'isola. Alcuni membri della comunità, incluso suo marito, iniziarono a affermare che la loro visione era un messaggero di Dio. Ho paura che andranno incontro allo stesso destino della tribù perduta. Ok. Vuoi leggere il libro? Ok. Allora, una sorta di enciclopedia su creature mostruose sconosciute. Inizio a pensare che esistano davvero. Bene.
That's
Salve.
twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
Another painting by Sarah Hawkins. One connected to the horrors I've discovered on this island.
What a surprise. I'm listening.
Eh,
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say?
abbiamo una chiave. Chiave accesso alla galleria di Sanders. Ok. No, non è questo.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids. Each time I shut my eyes. I can't take any more. I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
Hmm. E mo dove sta galleria?
Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder.
Oh, anzi no. Andiamola aperta, non si può mai sapere.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times. The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Allora, vediamo qua. Capo, state attenta dietro.
What the hell was that?
E vabbè, ma signorina, ma non posso nemmeno vedere. Ecco, sono morto, arrivederci, con piacere. Bene.
What the hell was that? Came out of this bed. There has to be.
E vabbè, ma questo non corre.
What the hell was that?
Allora, facendo... No.
I can't even touch it.
Allora, aspetta, ci deve stare qualcosa. Ci deve stare un modo per uscire.
What the hell was that?
E a trovarla, ma...
I can't even touch it.
Eccola là.
What the hell was that?
Che
What the hell was
belles.
that?
Ma chi si muove?
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
Dov'è il tipo? Come si fa a ammazzare? Vabbè. Cioè, teneva il pugnale.
What the hell was that?
Come si fa? Suono. Comandi, gamepad. La A sarebbe... Ah, ok. Eh, quindi la X.
Maybe I can use this dagger. What the hell was that?
Devo capire qual è il... al- RT sarebbe... Ok.
Damn. Did it hear that? Maybe I can use this dagger.
Come cavolo si fa?
What the hell was that? Damn. Did it? Maybe I can use this dagger.
E siamo rimasti qua.
What the hell was that? Damn. Did it hear that? Maybe I can use this dagger.
E non so come cavolo fa. Ecco perché non so come cavolo. Ah,
What the hell was that? Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
Che ovviamente lo faccio e non va bene.
What the hell was that? Maybe I can use this dagger. Damn it! This dagger didn't work.
No, nemmeno quello.
Damn it!
E quel
I have
cazzo
to
è.
use a specific dagger.
No. E quale cazzo? Spada pugnale? Come giro giro tondo. No, non è quello. Forse è quello. No, aspetta, è quello? Pare di sì. No. Devo dover alzare un po' la luminosità del gioco. Ah, è proprio così, eh. A posto.
What the hell was that?
No, cazzo. Dai, l'avevo preso.
What the hell was that? Maybe I can use this dagger.
No, non è quello.
Damn it!
Vabbè. Ce l'avevo preso, sono morto.
What the hell was that? This dagger looks different. What the hell was that? This dagger looks different.
What's the matter with you? You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
Mm,
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
mm.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I still got things to settle with Irene.
Capitolo 7. La libreria senza nome. L'errante si è rivelato essere molto più che una semplice opera di Sarah Owens. Dato che un'enorme creatura ne è fuoriuscita lanciandosi all'attacco di Pierce dopo un duro scontro, l'investigatore è riuscito a rispedirla nel dipinto. In seguito ha scoperto che il pugnale usato per spingere la creatura era stato venduto a Sanders da un certo Algernon, boh, non so leggere più, Drake, proprietario della libreria senza nome. Pierce decide di fare una visita.
Where's the bookseller?
Ok, allora ragazzi, vado un attimo a ricaricare la batteria del pad, che sto senza telefono. Eh, un attimo solo, eh.
È spento l'audio?
Ora l'ho riavviato.
Spegni l'audio.
Qual è l'audio?
Beh, già. Della live l'hai spenta.
No. Oh, ma...
L'audio. Non è entrata. Dalle cuffie.
Ci siamo qua.
Ma ci sentono.
Eh?
Ci sentono.
Si sente?
Ci sentono.
E non c'è nessuno.
Ti devo fare la chiamata.
Tu vai. Vabbè, metto in muto. Dai. Eccomi ragazzi, scusate. Allora, riprendiamo la nostra partita. E va bene, allora ispezioniamo sta libreria.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
Allora, Diario della moglie del pastore, volume 4. Il pastore si è autoproclamato il profeta. Ha rinunciato a Dio e ha iniziato a venerare un'insolita entità pagana, l'aspetto mostruoso. Sua moglie ha provato a far ragionare il marito, invano. Era convinto che dovesse ascoltare la voce che sentiva nella testa, perché era portatrice di verità. Ok, benissimo. Allora, vediamo qua se c'è qualche altra cosa. Qua c'è un libro. Manuale sulla anatomia e sulla dissezione, libro 2. Questo libro presenta illustrazioni precise e dettagliate degne del primo volume ed è incentrato sugli interventi mirati a curare malformazioni e disturbi motori. Ok. Ok, facciamo allora fiuto, psicologia. Ok, vai. Ah, e a sto punto facciamo anche lo... ok, sono finito. Qua... Storia di Darkwater volume 2. Una colonia puritana guidata dal reverendo John Wickwood si stabilì sull'isola durante il XVII secolo. Chiamarono questo luogo Darkwater, nome ispirato alle tonalità scure dell'acqua marina. Credevano che questo effetto fosse dato dal colore peculiare delle rocce che circondavano l'isola. Costruirono i primi edifici, tra cui la villa degli Hawkins, la chiesa e il cimitero. I rari documenti e gli appunti scritti che sono arrivati a noi parlano di incubi, comportamenti devianti, scomparvero all'inizio del XVIII secolo. Oh, benissimo. Allora, vediamo qua se c'è qualche altra cosa. No, pardon, no. Beh, ce ne possiamo andare. Oh, una partita a scacchi col dottore me la farei. Storia di Darkwater, volume 4. Durante il XXI secolo, mentre l'attività della caccia alla balena raggiungeva il suo culmine nel resto del mondo, questi cetacei iniziarono a scomparire dalle acque intorno a Darkwater. È un fenomeno molto misterioso perché fino a quel momento la regione era, s- era stata un rifugio confortevole per i cetacei. Nel 1847, dopo mesi di inseguimento, la Scilla attracca con una creatura gigante a bordo. L'equipaggio afferma che quel mostro marino si era nutrito di tutte le balene sparite e che dopo uno scontro feroce durato una notte, i sopravvissuti erano riusciti a trascinare la bestia sulla baleniera. Oh, ok.
What happened here?
Allora, qua è successo qualcosa. Vediamo.
Let's start over. Where did they break in from? Blood. Seems like amateur work.
Ok, quindi un ladro. Poi vediamo. Oh, aspetta, c'è un documento. Qua.
Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably.
Quindi, allora, un ladro, un maschio.
This burglar seems to be rather clumsy.
Mhm. No, non c'è niente. Qui ci sono delle macchie di sangue, probabilmente dovute dal ladro. Eh... Ah, ecco. Allora,
What
vediamo.
happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work? What the? Charles Hawkins? What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe. What killed all these animals? Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
Hmm.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
Allora, Drake ha lasciato le istruzioni come trovare la combinazione della sua cassaforte. Allora, a quanto pare c'è una pagina nascosta, si riesce a leggere. Se qualcuno trovasse queste memorie, sono sicuro che finirei nei guai. La mia unica speranza è che il mio corpo e le mie ossa siano ancora all'interno di questo piano della realtà, così che vengano recuperate e cremate. L'urna funeraria deve essere consegnata alla mia cara madre, se sarà ancora viva. Il messaggio che segue è di importanza fondamentale. Chiunque legga queste righe sia dotato di un acume pari al mio, può sperare di ottenere i miei averi più preziosi. Si trovano nella mia cassaforte. Gli indizi per scoprire la combinazione sono celati all'interno di 3 cilindri, ognuno nascosto dove la vita e lo studio si uniscono nel mondo greco. Ogni cilindro è numerato, anche se, come diceva il grande autore, l'ordine è il piacere della ragione, ma il disordine è la delizia dell'immaginazione. Devo ammettere che, nonostante preferisco il disordine organizzato, di solito la ragione vince sempre alla fine. Se per caso una persona, o meglio un genio, eguagliasse il mio intelletto e trovasse la combinazione della cassaforte, ti chiederei di lasciare il contenuto in custodia al professor Armitage della Miskatonic, vabbè, University, mio amico e collega. I beni all'interno della cassaforte non sono solo una sinossi rilevante di importanti conoscenze, ma anche un'arma che è troppo pericolosa per finire nelle mani delle persone sbagliate. Spero che sarai in grado di capire il danno che questa ipotesi rappresenta, e che agirai di conseguenza. In ogni caso, io non ci sarò per guidarti né per risentire delle tue azioni. Oh, aspetta un attimo. Allora, ok. Allora, si può dire che il titolo di questo libro sia stato ben scelto. Le illustrazioni dell'anatomia umana e dei metodi di dissezione al suo interno sono disegnate in modo estremamente dettagliato. Per consultare il volume bisogna avere un gran coraggio o la capacità di estraniazione tipica dei dottori. Ok. Perfetto, adesso ci sono... No.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
Mm.
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
Cartella sulla chiave di Rayleigh, Che legame ha trovato citazione Dawkins è un vecchio amuleto? Questa chiave che porti il segno degli antichi è l'unica in grado di proteggere la tua psiche. Ha la forma di un medaglione cilindrico appeso a una catena pesante. Centinaia di anni fa al centro erano incise la stella e il ramo che contrasteranno le forze dei grandi antichi. Tutto sembra indicare che Charles Hawkins l'abbia sottratta con la forza al suo precedente proprietario, un antiquario egiziano. Su alcuni ritagli di giornale che parlano dell'accaduto si nota che la data del furto coincide con l'ultimo viaggio a El Cairo di Hawkins. Bisogna solo capire se sappia a cosa serve realmente questo manufatto. Cerca di trovarlo. Va bene. Poi. eh, eh, 3. No. Mettiamo. eh, allora, fammi vedere un po'. Bene, non sappiamo qual è la cassaforte. Non so come fa.
What a strange amulet. I have a feeling I'd better not touch it.
Allora, capitolo 8, Riverside Institute. Nella libreria senza nome, Pierce ha trovato tracce di un tentativo di furto, il cui responsabile ha poi scoperto essere Charles Hawkins. In seguito, Pierce ha aperto la cassaforte del libraio per capire come vi avessero nascosto lui e Sarah Hawkins. Un libro rilegato in pelle umana chiedo scusa, che esercitava un'attrazione irresistibile sull'investigatore. Quando lo ha aperto, la sua mente è stata proiettata in un altro corpo. Bene, ecco, c'è anche qualcuno che brontola.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Uh,
Did you inject him with a tranquilizer?
No, Doctor. Not me, not anyone. Our stock is empty, yet again.
Again? But there was enough for the whole island.
More and more people are suffering from insomnia. We can't refuse to help.
Of course.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
What can you tell me about him?
He was highly agitated an hour ago. We were about to tie him down when he fell asleep. 10 minutes ago, he curled up into a fetal position. I thought he was waking up, but no.
mhm.
What are his symptoms?
His temperature has been going down, his skin losing its color, his body rigid. I closed his eyes myself. They were glassing over. I didn't want them to dry out, and I couldn't bear to look at the expression on his face.
You did well. Don't worry. Let's stay professional, if you will.
Devo vedere.
Show me his file.
That's not possible.
Don't tell me Dr. Fuller has taken this file as well. We need it.
That's why I called you. This man's ailment has been hidden from us.
Come on now. What was he treated for?
An intoxication, I was told, after inhaling chemicals.
I don't recognize him. Did he just arrive on the island?
He said he worked on the docks, but not with Captain Fitzroy. I think he works for Ms. Baker.
Who?
You know, the woman at the head of their gang. They call her Cat.
Oh, I see.
Do you have other questions?
That'll do for the time being.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Very well. I'll examine him.
Allora,
30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
allora, ha qualcosa nel ventre. Ma sono tutti e tre...
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations, and this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients, provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
Un attimo solo, raga. Allora, questi sintomi sono preoccupanti.
These are alarming symptoms. If we don't act, he'll die.
Do you believe that? I'm not as convinced, you see. I even think this man has a strong chance of completely healing from his ailments.
No, Doctor. This patient isn't himself anymore. He's dying.
Really? What do you mean by isn't himself?
He's changing. His physical characteristics, they are more animal than human now.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps.
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep mum.
Allora, entra nell'ufficio di Fuller.
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
Allora, cucina. Questo è il bagno.
My leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again.
Amministrazione, bagni degli uomini.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless. Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going?
Devo...
Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
And I'm the one who pays.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly. Let's hope I can go through the administration office.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
Dr. Colden. Do you want something? I think that you're needed in Block B, Doctor. Please, I'll be in trouble with Mrs. Donovan if I'm late. Do you want something? I think that you're needed in Block B, Doctor. Dr. Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his IV.
I'll see to it right away.
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file.
I'll never
Rules are rules. See, with Dr. Fuller, he's in charge. Anyhow, they're still waiting, and I don't think they'll leave until they get what they want.
Understood. Anything else?
As a matter of fact, yes. A man has been brought up from the basement.
Oh. What state is he in now?
You should go see for yourself, Doctor.
This man, Edward Pierce. His file is incomplete.
Questa
What did
carta
Fuller
non
do to him?
è costante, non ci sono importanti. Quindi qualcosa Fuller ha fatto al nostro investigatore.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so... Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag.
The answers must be
didn't make
hidden in
this up.
Fuller's office.
And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair. Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling. His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
You did good work. The tranquilizer is kicked in. Now you can disinfect and bandage his wounds.
Thank you, Doctor. And as to his weight loss?
I'll prescribe an antifungal treatment for his dysgeusia. In the meantime, feed him intravenously.
It'll be done.
Devo distrarre la
Let's
dottoressa.
hope I can go through the administration office. The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Questo mi blocca la strada. Forse ho trovato la soluzione. Allora, vediamo, vediamo.
Chronic insomnia, like half the island. Hay fever. What's he doing here?
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
You must rest. You are still under sedatives.
You're right, Doctor. I'll rest.
Mrs. Sanders? Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
Allora, le cartelle descrivono le condizioni di attendere quando eravate nel senso.
He broke his back in an accident down by the docks. She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney. Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
I'll just sleep a bit more.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
Salute.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. Everything all right, Dr. Colden?
All is well, Elizabeth, thank you. I was making sure the water wasn't cut off yet again.
Thank God, no. The water's running. I have no desire to call Donovan for help.
Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly. It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
The door to the boiler room is locked. I have to get the key if I wish to get rid of Donovan.
She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. Everything all right, Dr. Colden?
All is well, Elizabeth, thank you. I was making sure the water wasn't cut off yet again.
Thank God, no. The water's running. I have no desire to call Donovan for help.
Come now. Don't let that...
I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. It's just that sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water herself, just for the pleasure of harassing me.
Her time is much too precious for these kind of petty games. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. Doctor, those people need you at the dormitory.
Would you know where the key to the boiler room is?
Betty didn't put it back in its place. Well, she took it to lock the door.
I'll ask her. Thank you.
But if I may say so, Doctor, I think that the problems of our patients are more urgent than the plumbing.
I'll tend to it. Don't worry.
Madonna, sta cosa è un labirinto.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old... Everything all right, Dr. Colden?
All is well, Elizabeth, thank you. I was making sure the water wasn't cut off yet again.
Thank God, no.
Courage,
No,
Elizabeth.
no, lei non è Betty.
Thank you. Please, I'll be in trouble with Mrs. Donovan if I'm late.
Dr. Colden?
Hello, Betty.
Ecco.
I'm looking for the key to the boiler room.
What for?
To put it in its place. Perhaps I should do the same with you.
I beg your pardon?
I suspect you of having a little too much fun at Elizabeth's expense. But be warned, it could easily be you they will all be laughing at tomorrow.
You are right, Doctor. The key is in the dormitory office in Block B.
Thank you. I shall go fetch it.
Dr. Colden?
Hello, Betty.
What for?
To put it in its place.
I beg your pardon?
I suspect you of having a... But be warned, it could easily be you they will all be laughing at tomorrow.
You are right. The key is in the dormitory office.
Thank you.
Ok, la chiave nei dormitori. Oh, falla a trovare sti dormitori.
There's no way I'm leaving until I find what Fuller is hiding.
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Blocco B. Eccola qua.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up.
Allo doca spidosel tu.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
Ah, ho capito. Aspetta, se c'è qualcuno che ci ha scritto in live. No. Eh. Vabbè, poi lo vedo dopo.
Let's hope I can go through the administration office. feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Dov'è? Dov'è?
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
The last. The missing files must be hidden here.
Allora, vediamo un po' dov'è.
The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders.
Allora, lo studio della sindrome di Stendhal è una malattia mentale particolarmente rara. I soggetti mostrano disturbi mentali quando vengono mostrate loro opere d'arte. Poi...
I should go another way. Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle.
Devo capire...
Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something.
Ok. Intervista di Sarah Hawkins. Questo cilindro era nascosto nell'ufficio di Fuller. Ha registrato le sue riflessioni su una delle sedute di psicanalisi a cui sottoponeva Sarah Hawkins.
Files. I was right.
Conclusions? Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Devo prendere un oggetto importante.
This finger belonged to a woman. Why keep it here? Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection.
Sì.
I must go back to the basement.
Dov'è la via? Ok, qua già ci siamo stati, Quindi,
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
e mo?
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! Oh, I swear I'll shoot.
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead.
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colden. She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait. No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
All right. All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go. Rescue the doctor.
Thank you, Drake.
Ok. Allora, capitolo 9, Riverside Institute, il libro proiettato Pierce nel corpo della dottoressa Colden, impossibilitata ad agire. L'investigatore è rimasto a guardare mentre l'amica di Bradley effettuava le sue indagini. Sconvolta dagli esperimenti di Fuller, la dottoressa si è introdotta nel suo ufficio scoprendo che il dottore del Riverside Institute stava nascondendo informazioni su Sarah Hawkins, se non addirittura il suo corpo. Purtroppo Fuller l'ha colta sul fatto e Pierce deve salvarla prima che sia troppo tardi. Bene, tanto facciamo morire tutti quanti.
I pray that Colden is really here and alive.
Un attimo solo, arrivo subito. Ok. Allora, troviamo la dottoressa. Allora, una è chiusa. Questa è aperta. Allora, noi siamo nell'ufficio di Fuller. Quindi praticamente siamo tornati di dentro il manicomio un'altra volta. No, un'altra volta.
My God, what is happening to me? What was that? It's as if I'd been transported somewhere else.
No. Medicina e scienze occulte. Questo libro molto interessante, rivolto al grande pubblico, e dimostra come le scienze di confine abbiano influenzato la medicina moderna. Il magnetismo, i rimedi della nonna, l'agopuntura cinese, l'ipnosi, la medicina erboristica, l'alchimia e molta medicina hanno contribuito in certa misura all'arricchimento della medicina a inizio secolo. Ma perché mi fa andare? C'è qualcosa che non va. Se ho capito che devo trovare la dottoressa, manzaccia due cazzi. Chi è? Infern, grazie per il ride. Come stai? Aspetti, faccio l'SO. Com'è andata la live? Beh, dai, hai fatto la campagna o hai fatto il multiplayer? Sto morto? Olè.
What happened? Something has changed, but what?
Allora. Ah, ok. Ti è piaciuta la campagna? Il gioco? Intendi? Ah, meno male. Allora, trova la dottoressa. No, è su Steam. Allora, questo gioco è stato regalato da Albi a me Psycho a Natale. Sì, c'è anche la versione PS4, sì. No, è la... A vedere. No, è la connessione, Inferno, è la connessione. Anche perché c'ho ho la live anche dal telefono, ma è la connessione. Ok. Un attimo solo, eh. Non so se ci sei, Inferno. Lo so. No, ma è la connessione. Ciao Albi, bentornata. Benvenuto, cioè. Male perché mi sono bloccato, mi dai una mano. Lo so, Infern, ma io essendo adesso in campagna la connessione non è delle migliori. Allora, Albi, perdona il fatto del... è scarso. Ehm, allora, Albi, mi puoi dire... Ok, apre. Allora, io sto con la luce, ma... Dove? No. Perdona i lag di connessione, Albi. Vuoi venire su Discord un attimo? O anche perché anche che penso che tra poco andiamo anche a mangiare. No, beh, tanto sto per stacca pure io. Non so come fa. Non so come fa. Ma la connessione del già il telefono, il mio è una chiavica. No, vabbè, non ti preoccupare. Tanto comunque le sto registrando le live per YouTube. No. Allora, quando sei su una porta accendi il fascio di luce. Ma quale fascio di luce? Questo? No, qua non va. Eh, ha fatto da solo. Ok. No. Un attimo solo, raga. Allora. Io mi sto scemunendo, Albi, mi sto scemunendo con sto gioco. Ok. Mm. E niente. Niente. Non so come cavolo fare. Non lo so. Forse... Oh no. E fu così che non ricordo. No. Ci siamo persi. Ci siamo persi. Ok. Dov'è la lanterna mo?
Destiny, it has trapped you.
Aspetta, voglio vedere se va qua. No, allora deve andare qua per forza. Ok, siamo in una nuova zona, mo. Albi, ci sei? Non lo so. Non lo so, Infer. Tanto ormai sono le battute finali. Sì, ma è possibile che già è finito qua? Oh.
You are confronting powers that surpass you.
Sto facendo bene, Albi, tu che lo conosci meglio. Guarda, sì. Sì, sì, mi sta piacendo. L'unica cosa è che ci sono molti labirinti. No, ho sbagliato. Pensavo che era la via la scorciatoia. Oddio, ho perso la cosa. Ok. Un attimo solo, raga. Devo capire come caspito si fa. Che non me lo ricordo. Non so dove andare, mo. Allora era giusto. Io penso che comunque faccio sta parte e stacco. Quanti capitoli ci mancano, Albi? No, pochi. Mamma mia, che esaurimento. Ok, ok, Inferno, buon proseguimento. Anche a te, grazie. No. Ok. Ho capito come devo fare, devo farlo tutto camminando. No. Arrivo. Vabbè, raga, non so come fa, devo vedere bene come fare. Comunque, allora. Allora, ragazzi, io direi di chiudere qua la live. Eh, Vediamo un po' a chi fare il ride, se no. Facciamo- Allora, ok. Allora, ragazzi, io ringrazio innanzitutto la mia compagna, Psycho, ringrazio anche Albi e Infern per il ride. Ringrazio anche l'Urk di Biba e niente, anche della signora, come ci faccio anche un SO. Anzi, perdonami Albi se non ho fatto l'SO anche a te, perdonami. E niente, ragazzi, noi ci vediamo domani sperando con il finale. Ragazzi, a domani. Ciao.